Peace and love. Welcome to Cosmic Embrace. This is our Soul's first segment. I was trying to use a different platform, but I don't think that was working for me. But we'll get back to that. Welcome. Take a sip of my tea and welcome. So today on Cosmic Embrace, Soul's Voice, I wanted to talk a bit about, I hope you guys caught the last segment of part two of the divine feminine and masculine energy. So today we're going to jump into looking at understanding our emotional intelligence. And the reason why I wanted to move in emotional intelligence, it's a way like speaking on a pathway of how we want to, in this space of balancing our divine feminine and masculine energy, how we want to understand how to communicate and how to communicate with self as well as communicating with your relationships or in the movement of what it is that you're bringing forward in an expression of your emotional body, and how we all hold back our emotions and not really understanding how to express emotion. We in this society have been taught, here's a particular situation in my life, and I'm emotional and I'm having this particular feeling, and I begin to react. And a lot of times when we're not able to digest a situation or how it is triggering us, and how we decide how to move out of our masculine and feminine energy, how we may become very aggressive, how we may become um, triggered, and that's the key, the trigger, the pattern of behavior that we are used to having, because we go into protection mode. And when we are healing our divine masculine and feminine energy, when those energies are in balance within us, and we're trying to figure out, how am I going to protect myself from what this person is saying to me? What is my normal reaction? What have I been taught? What have I seen in my life in reference to if I'm feeling threatened, or if I'm feeling not heard, not seen? What is the response? So I want to begin that conversation. Before we go into that, I like to open up again with a grounding meditation, um, so you can move in a space of gratitude for your day, allowing yourself to release judgment of self for today, and just be in that space of gratitude for yourself, for your day, for the things that you accomplished, having gratitude for the things that were brought forward to you that you were surprised about today. Just deciding to which thing that I want to have gratitude for on this beautiful day. So we'll start by taking some deep breaths, and we're going to take an inhale and release out, just allowing ourselves to move in a space to receive, allowing ourselves to move into a space to let go and release today. You could have had a hectic day. You could have had a restful day. You could have had a confusing day. You could have had a threatening day. And so we're just going to move in that space to release that and move in gratitude for that. So we're going to take a deep inhale and just breathe gently out the breath. Anything that is hurting you in your body, let's just acknowledge that space. Take a deep breath in the nose and breathing out. Allowing yourself to roll your shoulders back. and just releasing the day, breathing out. As we breathe in, let's begin to imagine a beautiful white, purifying light. And this light is filled with protection and guidance. This light is filled with gratitude. This light is filled with grounding and balancing yourself and allowing you to just release disappointment and judgment of this day. Inhaling the beautiful white light and releasing. And breathing out, allowing the white light to come down the face. Allow the white light to move to the throat as you're breathing out. And releasing. Inhaling the white light. And releasing out. Bringing it gently now down into the chest. Bringing the white light down the body. And releasing out the hands. Begin to flick your hands as you're releasing any heaviness. Inhaling the white light, bringing it down the body now, moving to the solar plex, just releasing out. Releasing out. Bringing the white light all the way down the body, down your legs. Let it come out of the toes. One more inhale. Imagine the white light all around the body now, cocooning you like a beautiful egg. And just allowing yourself to release. And wonderful. All right, so as we jump into emotional work, okay. So I wanted to just talk about understanding a different process or formatting your emotion. That way you're able to honor yourself and honor your emotions, honor your beingness when particular situations come forward. As you are in this space of clearing and recalibrating and rebalancing your being, a lot of triggers can come forward. Okay. A lot of miscommunication comes forward. All right. So I want to talk about like giving you an example of learning how to process your emotions. And we're going to dive deeper into this next week. But I want to just give you some things to begin to focus on when you're in that emotional space. So just imagine that there is a situation. It could be just a disagreement. It could be if you're feeling not heard. And let's look and say, okay, here's a scenario, situation. This particular situation is triggering you. This particular situation is creating anger, upset, irritation in you. So the first thing that you want to learn how to begin to do is breathe. And when you're breathing, you're telling your being to calm down. And you're also getting yourself in a space to hear, to be able to hear what that person is saying to you. Even if that person is irritated themselves or angry or whatever the situation is, if you allow yourself to step back and gently take an inhale and breathe, so you can say, I'm opening myself to hear. I'm opening myself to not hear the person yelling or not hear the person not speaking their whole truth because they may be afraid about what you may think, or you're afraid of what they may think. So if you're allowing yourself to go into that gentle space of breath, so you can open up your mind, you can open up your beingness so that you can say, okay, I'm in a space to hear and listen. So that's the situation. And then from that situation, you can say, okay, now this particular things that were said to me is causing a certain emotion in me. And when you're able to say, okay, here's an emotion. All right, how am I going to respond now? This emotion, you just triggered me. You're pissing me off. I'm angry. You're not listening. So if you allow yourself in that emotional space to stop, take a breath and say, okay, this is a triggering moment for me. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm feeling emotional. Where am I feeling emotional at within my being? I'm feeling triggered. Okay. So when you're able to understand that, then you can go into your feeling. Okay. Okay. Now this is making me feel a certain way. So once you get into the feeling space, you're able to allow yourself to again step back in your breath before you decide to pop off. Because normally we're like, here's the situation, this is the emotion, and this is the action. I'm about to act. I'm going off on you. I'm about to cuss you out. I'm about to leave. Whatever it is that your individual personality does. And that's either fight or flight. Some people either stand in it. Some people argue back. Some people get very quiet, get very passive. And it becomes a passive aggressiveness. So it's about you learning how to identify, right? You identifying your particular emotion. And when you're able to identify it, then you're able to say, okay, this is how I'm going to act. I'm either going to act, I'm either not going to act. And that action can be, I'm going to sit here and listen to what this person has to say, and I'm going to digest it, and I'm going to give myself time to go back through that particular scenario in my emotional state. And then I can identify how it's making my body feel. How is it feeling to me? Right? Am I starting to lock up? Am I tensing up? Am I feeling triggered? Am I feeling like I'm not being heard or whatever? So when you're able to identify these particular emotions, right, then you can go from a healthy space of action. That can be, I'm going to either react, but I can react in a calm space. I can react in a space of speaking my truth. I'm not saying for you to be quiet and shut yourself down. It's about identifying it within yourself first. And then you're able to say, okay, now I'm going to make an action. I'm going to react to this situation or not. And that not can be anything that's going to serve you for your highest good. Sometimes it may be for you to be quiet and just listen. Sometimes it may be for you, I got to go take some deep breaths. I need a minute. It might be for you to walk out and say, hey, I'm going to just go take a walk, get my mind straight, get my thoughts clear, understand what that did, what that triggered in me. Then I can come back to this particular situation and express my truth. So it's learning what those particular words are in those emotional states that causes that internal trigger in you. And like I said, we will go deeper into that work. But as you understand a situation, right, or allow a person to speak their truth to you, doesn't mean you have to agree. It doesn't mean that that is not your intention. Whatever the situation is, it's just learning how to ingest, hear what a person is saying before you react. Okay. And in that space of balancing self, of balancing your feminine and balancing your masculine, then you're able to know this is the space that I'm going to react from. Right? I'm going to either react from a gentle, loving, caring, embraceful space. Okay. where I'm able to still be heard. I'm able to still speak my truth, but I can speak that space from my feminine where I know my compassion is, right? I can be more compassionate to my partner or to my business partner or work or whatever it may be in that particular situation, that you're able to tap into. Okay, I maybe need to tap into my divine feminine here a little bit so I can listen, and I can listen with compassion. I can listen with non judgment. I can listen from not being, oh, you're trying to come at me, warrior conqueror mode. Then I can allow my masculine to balance itself. And then I'll know, okay, this is how I need to react. But I can react from this space, from a healthy, moving forward masculine energy to say, hey, we're going to resolve this issue. We're going to make a plan. We're going to get organized. We're going to blah, blah, blah. I hear your feeling. I hear your emotion. I hear your truth. So let's begin to create action, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense to you. So again, we're going to just go through it one more time and say situation, situation, emotion, feeling, identifying. I either act or not. So it's how I'm going to act, how I'm going to receive, how I'm going to respond in that space. So I wanted to share that briefly with you all today. And as we are going through this new aspect of awakening and balancing our feminine and masculine energy and really getting deeper understanding, understanding about what that looks like to you. So I'm bringing forth different tools for you to begin to put in place to be able to identify how you're moving out of your being and why. Why am I moving out of this space? Why am I angry and aggressive and moving like I have to protect myself in this particular situation? Or why am I being passive and not and allowing myself to fold up and not speak my truth and being afraid that if I speak my truth, I'm going to lose something or um, not get what I need, right? So when you're able to use different modalities, different tools to be able to help you in the process of you healing, reprogramming, um, recalibrating your being, you allowing yourself to be gentle with self. Okay, and your emotion, your life school, your journey is what you're experiencing to master thyself. When you're mastering emotion, you are mastering self. So when you are in that space of trying to say, let me understand myself and my pain body and my emotional bodies, all these different layers of you that you allow yourself to begin to tap into. And when you're able to tap into by being able to say, oh, I can look at situations now. I can allow myself to be emotional in this space, but using words that I would say I understand in my emotional state, because words are triggers. Words have memory, right? Words that have been spoken to you throughout your life that has either brought you joy, brought you freedom, brought you self awareness, all those words that triggered you, hurt you, destroyed your ability to love yourself, um, destroys your ability to trust yourself. So it's very important when you're understanding emotion, and understand emotion is words. Words are spells. Words are magical. You speak forth what is in your heart's truth. So when you're really understanding that the words that I speak come from different places within my divine blueprint, they come from different places within myself. And when those energies are triggered, those blueprints, those sensories, those wheels of consciousness within my being that holds the memory and the pain and trauma, and it holds the good stuff and the joy. right? And the accomplishments. Everything is in your computer, and that is your divine blueprint. So as you begin to move deeper into your alignment of your practices, and that's bringing forth meditation, that's bringing forth sound healing, that's bringing forth mudras and mantras, and all the things that are needed in your processing of learning thyself. It is so important to learn your chakra system, to learn that universe within you, so that you can understand yourself. And when you get on this journey of self mastery, self reflection, self awareness, you're able to go so deep within yourself and understand where those particular triggers are, where those seeds have been planted in your life. And then you're able to begin to move in your energy in motion. You begin to move differently. You begin to react and respond differently in your life because you understand self, right? And you take the time to hear self speak into you and give you the guidance and the direction that serves you for your highest good. So you're not moving out of your pain body. You're moving out of a higher wisdom for yourself, right? For your life, for your family, for your children, and on and on. And when you're able to learn different tools, you're able to implement those things in your life, in your home, in your children, and help them learn how to identify their emotional selves, right? And not hide and not close themselves down, because that's a lot of the issues here I feel on this planet, is that we were not taught how to express and communicate our emotions. We have been taught that that's weak, that's stupid, that's don't nobody want to hear that. You know, all the little things that have been thrown at us, um, generation through generation, from hiding how we feel, from hiding secrets. All of these things are stored within you. So, as you are in your journey and you begin to give yourself permission to say, I'm going to learn how to walk through my being. I'm going to learn how to walk through my emotional self. I'm going to walk through my consciousness and be able to identify where that stuff is stored in me and why I react in certain ways in my life, and how those ways may not be serving me. And if they are, wonderful, but knowing it's from a healthy space, knowing it's from a healthy feminine energy within you and a healthy masculine energy within you. And you're bringing that energy into alignment with your being, right? So that is what I wanted to share today on Soul's Voice topic today. And that was about working with your emotional body, okay? How you emotionally work, how you emotionally work, learning the blueprint within yourself, right? So I want to also um, ask you to subscribe and share. A lot more will be coming. You can run over to my website, and that is mariposasgardenbutterfly.com. The link will be below. You can go over to Garden Essentials. I have several ebooks available for you. I have the Divine Blueprint, which is a chakra book that has wonderful illustration and beautiful journal assignments. I have the chakric information in there for you, anywhere from the foods that are good for that system, and anywhere from meditations and journal assignments. And then we have the cosmic um, embrace information in reference to um, meditation flow. The meditation flow is a guide to assist you in meditating, from walking meditations to mudras that you can do um, throughout your day. I also have the Divine Feminine ebook um, available for you as well, that has daily practices, rituals, and things of that nature. And stay tuned for a new book that I'm working on, The Divine Feminine and Masculine Energy and Healing through the Emotional Body. So that is coming. So if you have any questions, you're welcome to DM me. Um, Follow me on all platforms. All the links will be below. If you have any questions, please leave a comment and stay tuned for Mudra Mondays next week. Stay tuned for more Soul's Voice and so much more. So jump on over, subscribe, go on over to my website, subscribe, and you can also get a free ebook of 30 days of mindfulness practices. So, got some good things over there for you. I look forward to continuously sharing with you. Thank you for jumping on. Peace, love, and light be upon you.